Founded in 1888, the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry is the premier chamber of commerce in Nigeria. It was incorporated in 1950 as a non-profit making organization limited by guarantee under the Companies Act of 1948. Today, with over 2,000 corporate members, it is the foremost private sector group in the country. It also accounts for an estimated 60% of industrial output, 65% of general commerce, and 75% financial services in the country. The primary objective of the Chamber is to promote, support, or oppose legislative or other measures affecting trade, industry, commerce, and agriculture. Today, the Chamber represents the opinion of the business community and the economy as a whole. Today, I have the honor of speaking with the President, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Mr. Babatunde Paul Ruwase FCA. And our focus is on the policy issues affecting the business environment in Nigeria, especially now that a new government is set to assume office. We're going to be finding out the agenda for the incoming government from one of Africa's leading trade organizations. All right, so we'll start first with the incoming government. The fact that there has been a continuity in governance, how will that impact the business environment? Is it a plus or a minus?
Well, if one is used to the Nigerian business environment, you can say it's never getting friendlier, but then you must just learn to navigate your ways through the very difficult terrain that it is. But we hope we'll get there one day.
The issue of population growth and GDP, gross domestic product. Population is growing at 3% every year, and last year GDP was just 1.9%. Should we be concerned about the disparity in terms of whether there is enough productivity going on in the economy to fend for this, people as it is?
Well, it's a challenge that we have a disequilibrium in the growth of our economy vis-a-vis our population. But also, it's not a cause, if you have to ask me, because no great country is a small country. The population could be a blessing in disguise if well innate. And this is a land of opportunities, great opportunity that God has given us. Everybody agrees that we have not reached our potentials. And we really need to work on those things that are inhibiting attaining our potential. When we say we have not reached our potential, it means we are not there yet, and it could be better. Yes, we can do something about population, but population in itself is not a cause. It could be a blessing, because we have other countries that are populated by a lot of people that are doing very well. So first, I wouldn't be looking at this population growth as one of those things. Yes, it's a problem, but it's not what is stunting our growth as a people.
All right, the federal government put out a policy document at the outset of the administration talking about the Economic Recovery and Growth Plan, ERGP. That plan specifically puts the private sector in a position of significance, because many of the diversification endeavors of the government will be driven by the private sector. But would you say, or do you think, the government's actions within the past 4 years has really matched the intentions in the document or in the policy?
Gradually, one can see that the government is making a lot of efforts, but of course we have this insurgency that is a big distraction to everything, to our living, to the way we live, to investment, to the psyche of the people. That has a very negative impact on its own. But also, when you come to politics, we also have not had the privilege of having a political class that one could see progress in the way they've been conducting themselves. We have one government, a party in government, which had majority of membership, both at the executive and the legislative. But then one cannot see them working with the same enthusiasm in getting us out of the doldrum where we are.
Looking at the Nigeria Customs Service, the Chamber has said the Nigeria Customs Service so far has been one of the biggest institutional challenges facing the business community today. How is that possible, or how come they are supposed to be serving businesses as it is, but why is the reverse the case?
One of the primary duty of the Nigerian customs, just like any other part of the world, is facilitation of trade, apart from enforcement and other ancillary requirements. The primary objective of the customs, because if there is no trade, you don't need customs. It's because, I mean, if I'm to close my eye now, no vessel is coming into Nigeria with imports. Of course, there will be no exports because we don't build vessels here. For now, that are ocean going, that could carry anything of meaningful impact. So even if you have export, we cannot export. So the customs is supposed to facilitate trade, apart from also preventing smuggling and enforcing government measures. But you find that what is happening is customs, there's no clarity in what they are doing. And people have the impression of customs actually doing inadvertently the opposite. We also have turned customs to more of a revenue generating body, and that's actually alluding to the fact where I said the revenue generation should not be the primary aim of regulation. Immediately you start, because we have a situation where customs, for instance, if it collects so much money this year, we just raise it and say they must collect so much in the following year, not minding the volume, and then these officers go about trying to achieve their targets. In trying to achieve targets, you may not be objective, because you find that somebody clears a consignment at the port, unless you have stolen that consignment out of the port, which is a very, very grave and criminal offense.
Anytime we talk about the economy and business, we cannot but talk about the state of our ports, and Apapa comes to mind. The congestion and the gridlock in that part of Lagos has continued over the years. But in a recent statement, the Chamber says rail as a means of transporting cargo out of the port is a viable means of solving the problem. What kind of impact would that have, and is it something that should be adopted by, should be taken much more seriously by government?
No, using the rail is the last issue. Is the only way to go. If you are not using rail, you are using bed. Either you go by water or you go by rail, and it's more convenient to go by rail than to go by water, because the rail line goes into the hinterland. It can move it off. The problem because when this matter came up, we looked at it and we even had a meeting. We made a visit to the Nigerian Railways. And what we were told and what we found out was that Nigerian Railways has, even in EBJ, Ebute Metta Junction yard, has enough capacity to do more than what they are doing now. They say they can move up to 40 containers at a go, but they can only do 2 trips in a day. And a trip takes less than 1 hour. So it means they could do far, far more. But then the bureaucracy at the port of at the port is what is making it impossible for them to attain the desired objective. Nigerian Railways say they can move. Railway can move. They move to EBJ. You can now. They are even talking of those dry ports. There is one that was supposed to be in Ibadan. There is one in Kaduna. So we can move all these containers out of this place. Look at the gridlock we have in Apapa now. They are having those at times those containers will be on the bridges where they are not supposed to be. Indeed, some of them have even turned it to their parking area. Some of them are there. They are looking for customer, the next customer, somebody to hire them to give them something to do in the port.
Mr. Babatunde Paul Ruwase, President, Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. It's my pleasure speaking with you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.